What is up, everybody? It is Monday, May 23rd, 2011, very early in the morning, as you can probably tell from that little spot. The sun's just coming up. We're going to do a WWE Over the Limit 2011 pay-per-view. Better late than never. I'm in the hat, shirt, and my underwear. You don't have to believe me on the underwear part. Just take my word for it, because I am. So what's up, guys? Thank you to all my subscribers. If you guys haven't done so and happen to stumble upon this video by any chance, hit the subscribe button that's somewhere up top there. Thank you. Follow me on Twitter down there. Subscribe to my other channel, all that good stuff, and I will send you a care package if you do so. So I won't actually send you a care package, but I'll love you forever if that counts. All right. So what's up, guys? It's time for the Over the Limit pay-per-view, and okay. So last month when we had Extreme Rules, I felt like I was in the minority when I thought the pay-per-view wasn't okay. It wasn't really good. A lot of people thought it was good. The only problem that I have with that is that I feel like WWE gets a pass for mediocrity. Like TNA gets pounded like so hard for like not being good, basically, or for being very mediocre. And sometimes people give WWE easy passes on that. I didn't think that it was a very good pay-per-view. I mean, it was okay. We had some good matches, but WWE shouldn't be held to the same standard as TNA. And I think that there's a spider right there. I don't know if you can see. I'm not going to move, but I'll show you. There's a spider. Can you see it? There you go. Yeah, anyway, like I said, I'm not going to give WWE a pass for putting on mediocre shows. And now this camera is focusing. Sweet. Okay, so if I thought Extreme Rules was bad, you can only imagine what I thought of this pay-per-view, WWE Over the Limit. Wow. It was really bad, and it was bad for a couple of reasons, which I'll go through in a second. But what was I gonna say? This should be a quick review. Who knows? We'll go through pretty quickly. The pay-per-view starts off with the tribute to Randy Savage. That's very nice, WWE. We'll see if we get more on Monday Night Raw. I don't know. Maybe we'll get more, maybe not, but we'll see. And then they show video package, pyro, all that good stuff. R-Truth comes out to no music. He just says, "The truth hurts," or something like that. He cuts a promo on Seattle. It was okay. It was an okay promo. It had me entertained because R-Truth's new character is pretty awesome. Rey Mysterio comes out. They open the show. For a show opener, I'll give the WWE that it was an okay opener. Rey Mysterio usually puts on great matches. R-Truth, he's doing really well. And the thing is, Raw really only has two top heels in Alberto Del Rio and The Miz. So they're going to be running out of people for John Cena to bury. So R-Truth is going to be next on that list. So we'll see. Maybe in the summer months before SummerSlam, he gets a title shot or something like that. Maybe that's what they're building it up to. R-Truth picks up the victory over Rey Mysterio. So that's good. He needed to win. He definitely needed to win. Alright, so then we have Ezekiel Jackson, former member of the Core, facing off against Wade Barrett. This matchup was just a waste. The crowd wasn't into it, and you always hear me say the crowd wasn't into it. That's a big part of a matchup, because if the crowd's not into it, who they pay their money to be live in attendance, then it kind of takes away from the match and the pay-per-view feel. So Big Zeke versus Wade Barrett. Ezekiel Jackson won via disqualification. The match, there was nothing that I can grasp onto that I can say was good about the matchup. I just think Wade Barrett needs to be at the top of SmackDown. Ezekiel Jackson, though he shows a lot of promise, he still has a ways to go. Ends in disqualification when the Core comes out and attacks Ezekiel Jackson. Okay, so David Otunga and Michael McGillicuddy are taken out backstage. Really, WWE needs to end this Nexus. I'm not really feeling it. Send Otunga and McGillicuddy somewhere else and help them, train and get better. McGillicuddy is actually pretty good, but he's just not given a chance. Mason Ryan, he's pretty green, meaning he's just not ready. But anyway, they need to just end this Nexus thing, because I'm not into it anymore. We have Chavo Guerrero versus Sin Cara. Sin Cara's matches have been really good as of late. This match wasn't like a really good matchup. The match he had with Daniel Bryan was pretty good, but this one was more of like Sin Cara just, The ending was kind of silly, because it was just like a quick roll-up pinfall, and I think this matchup could have been a lot better, and it wasn't. So it was disappointing to see that, and I know Sin Cara can do well. And for Chavo Guerrero, who wasn't really given much offense in the matchup, it was basically a squash match. You would think that hopefully they would give him more to do with the time that he has on TV, which he hasn't had much of. but disappointing matchup for sure. After that, Del Rio comes out and cuts a promo, and this is a problem. This along with another segment in the night, took away time from a lot of matches that could have used that time, except for one match that was the main event. But yeah, so Del Rio comes out, cuts a promo. This is just to get him on the pay-per-view, but it was nothing special. Kane and Big Show interrupt him and tell him to get out the ring, blah blah blah. We move on to our tag team matchup, Kane and Big Show versus Nexus. I don't even remember who won this matchup. I don't even know what I was doing. Let me check real quick just so I can give you at least an answer on who won the matchup, because I really wasn't paying attention to this matchup. Sorry, it was just not one of those matchups that I wanted to see. Okay, so Big Show and Kane double choke slammed Mason Ryan to pick up the victory. If you can pull anything from this, at least CM Punk wasn't the one that took the pinfall, because CM Punk's already been, his fall from grace is well stored. Okay, so then we have Kelly versus Brie Bella. It was a Divas matchup. I can give Kelly credit that she's showing a lot of aggression when she's doing her move. At least Kelly tries to make it look like she's working hard. It's kind of like spraying air freshener on shit. It still smells bad, but at least it smells a little better. That's what this was like. Brie Bella ended up doing Twin Magic with Nikki. They switched, and they picked up the win to retain. Yeah. Then we have Randy Orton versus Christian. What can I say? The B-Show main event. This is the problem with WWE, because this was a bang-up matchup. I don't know how else to describe it. Often I say, if you don't watch the whole show, watch this match. There's no better case than this. I can't describe how great it was. Randy Orton, I've given him a lot of flack for his matches being boring, slow, and stupid, and just, uninspiring, and just plain out is boring. But I gotta say, he's found a great opponent in Christian, because the match they had on SmackDown when he first came on was amazing. This match was even better than that, if that's even possible. We saw a spear, we saw lots of near falls. It was just great. I don't even want to try and describe it to you. So I would say honestly that it definitely right now is front runner for match of the night, because even our match of the year, it was definitely match of the night, but match of the year for sure, because even better than Triple H versus Undertaker. I gotta say, simple, simplistic. The crowd was hot for it, and it had no gimmick. It was just two guys wrestling. So that should show Vince something, that there still is money in wrestling, because wrestling matters, TNA. Okay, let me not even go on about that. But I gotta say, wrestling matters. This matchup was great. Like, this match was. Just go watch the matchup. So I thought it's match of the year so far, in my opinion. So go watch it. I think Randy Orton and Christian have been putting on awesome matches these past two matches, and I'll be at Capital Punishment next month in Washington D.C., our nation's capital. I don't know why I did that, but yeah, so I hope they have another matchup and it's just like this, because this is just awesome. And so Randy Orton picked up the win via RKO, and he didn't do the little split that he did on SmackDown. Did you guys see that? That was really out of character for Randy Orton. Alright, so then we have Michael Cole versus Jerry the King Lawler. This feud needs to end, because this is the second of the two segments that I talked about that could have been. This segment should have been not even on here, and so is Del Rio's promo, because it could have been given to other matches. But the matchup hopefully ends the feud. Jerry Lawler picks up the victory. We had Eve come out, do a little moonsault. JR come out, he doused Cole with barbecue sauce. Bret Hart came out, he locked in the sharpshooter, and Michael Cole ended up kissing Jerry the King Lawler's foot. The nasty part definitely was seeing Michael Cole's foot. That was effing gross. WWE, that was just nasty. But yeah, stupid match. Not even gonna comment on it. Hopefully the feud's over, because it has to be over. Please, just end it. So then we have the main event only by name, because this match defied the laws of stupidity in WWE's case. I had a huge problem with this matchup. One, why not have Randy Orton and Christian close the show? I understand John Cena draws, but please do something different, Vince, for once in your lifetime. Second, we had Miz on Monday Night Raw talk so much trash about how he had 1,000 ways to beat John Cena, or a million, or whatever he said, ways to beat John Cena in an I Quit matchup. Yet the first thing that he made known in this matchup was that he was planning to make it essentially a handicap match because of the rule of no disqualification, blah blah blah, no counts, blah blah, I quit matchup. So that was another knock against this matchup. The match started at 10:15, the entrances started or something like that, and I knew it was just going to be really bad because I don't think these two could have held a long matchup like that. But I was willing for WWE to prove me wrong. I was waiting for them to prove me wrong. So essentially what we got here, to sum it up, was a 30-minute beatdown of John Cena. And while at times it was very uncomfortable, and I gotta hand it to John Cena, he's one tough son of a bitch, because he took kendo shots to the abdominal area. He took whips on the back. Like he really took like a beating. The problem that I have a problem with that, because that is just, it was as boring as it can be. John Cena is a stale character, boring. I have nothing against the guy, honestly, but WWE just shoves him down our throats so much that it's just so obnoxiously obnoxious to see this every single pay-per-view. So we have John Cena taking a beat down. I would say the one cool thing I thought about this matchup, if I can give it any credit, is that I thought it was a cool little twist to have like The Miz tell John Cena what was about to happen before it actually happened. That was a little kind of cool twist. But we've had John Cena face people like Randy Orton, as The Miz pointed out, Randy Orton, Batista, JBL, and I Quit matchups, and none of them ever was able to make John Cena say I quit. And so we had The Miz on the other hand. WWE is not going to make John Cena, their poster boy, say I quit. So I was hoping for WWE to make it at least a little predictable. So we got to like 30 minutes of the beatdown, and then John Cena, The Miz basically hits John Cena on the head, allegedly, while John Cena was tied up in the little barricade with the chair, and we heard I quit. Now this part got a little fuzzy because I didn't see it exactly, so I turned back and I was like, holy shit, did Miz actually make John Cena say I quit? I was like, oh crap, WWE did something out of the ordinary and something that shocked me. But no, WWE pulled an awesome booking move where they had, I guess, a tape recorder or a cell phone say I quit. So the referee reversed the decision. So John Cena got up like SuperCena, like everyone hates. WWE wouldn't even try and buck the stereotype of SuperCena. So he gets up and he attitude adjustments Alex Riley through the table or something like that, and starts whipping takes off his belt, whipping the Miz up the stage, and locks in the STF, and Miz taps out almost immediately like little bitch. And so essentially this push of 8 months of the Miz being built up, trying to be built up as a strong champion, he submits after like a minute of offense by John Cena. I think this was just an awful main event. To be honest with you, I'm so pissed off with WWE. Like it was just, it's so unbelievable that, I mean, John Cena is a tough guy, but it's unbelievable that a guy can take that much damage and pain and come back and act like nothing ever happened and be as strong as ever. That is just defying the laws of everything. I'm disappointed in this matchup, so I'm going to call it the worst match of the night, because it wasted my time for 45 minutes for John Cena to just come back in like about 1 to 2 minutes and pick up the win. I thought it was stupid. I don't know. I thought this like pay-per-view had so many elements that were just out of place, boring, or uninspiring, save the Randy Orton Christian match, because that was just freaking awesome. But everything else was just a disaster. I don't know. Tell me, if you guys saw the pay-per-view, tell me below what you guys thought of it. This review went on longer than I wanted to, but hey, I can't help it when I go on longer. Tell me what you thought about it below. What was your match of the night? I kind of have an idea of what it might be. Tell me what you liked, you didn't like. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. Subscribe. Thumb up, and I guess follow me on Twitter and all that good stuff. Comment, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, homies.